What's up, guys? I'm at the Commerce Casino in Los Angeles, California for the LA Poker Open Day 1C. This is a $1,100 buy-in, 200K guarantee, but they've already almost hit 400K in the prize pool, and it's looking like it's gonna hit $1 million. So let's go fire it. Today I'm headed down to Los Angeles. I'm gonna be driving. Usually I fly, but I have to drive my car to my parents' house in the Bay Area first, so that I can drive my parents' car down to LA because my sister totaled her car, so she needs to borrow their car, and she lives in LA, and that's where I'm gonna be staying. All right, the weirdest thing just happened. I ordered a plain green iced tea, and the girl asks me if I want water in it. So I look at her confused and say, "Isn't tea made with water?" And she says, "Well, because you said plain, I wasn't sure. How much water should I put in it?" What the fuck? What planet am I on? On my way down to LA, I stopped by to get some tacos in Santanella. These were fire. Hella good. God damn it, these are good. Pretty good tacos. You already knew they were gonna be good because it's in the middle of nowhere on the side of the freeway. Just a truck. So it couldn't be bad. Let's play some poker. Here I am with pocket sixes, under the gun +1 with 23.5K in my stack. Under the gun opens to 1500, the big blind's 500. I call 1500, and the button and small blind both call. So we're going to see a flop 4-way, 7K in the pot, and it comes out 9 deuce deuce with 2 diamonds. Under the gun puts in a c-bet of 3500, which is half pot here. I call with my pocket sixes, and both the button and the small blind are going to fold, so it's going to go heads up to a 6 of diamonds turn. This is an amazing turn card for me. I now have a full house. The flush completes as well. Under the gun is firing again, 5.5K, and I call. Now, I'm pretty convinced now at this point he has an overpair with probably at least 1 diamond or not. If I raise here, he might be worried about the flush and potentially fold if he doesn't have a diamond. So I like to just call and allow him to continue potentially bluffing and barreling for value on the river. The river brings the 3 of hearts. He bets 7K. I re-raise all in for 14.5K. When she calls, I turn over the full house. He shows that he had pocket jacks without a diamond, and I win a big pot here. Alright, this next hand's a fun one. It's against Bill Klein. If you guys don't know who Bill Klein is, he's basically a billionaire who plays a lot of poker. He plays all the high rollers, the super high rollers. He's on a lot of poker TV shows with, all the big names, Daniel Negreanu, Phil Hellmuth, Phil Ivey, and stuff like that. The big blind is still 500. Under the gun limps. The low jack is Bill. He raises to 1.6K. I call from the button with 7-6 of hearts. The small blind and under the gun limper both call. So again, we're going 4-way to the flop. I flop a flush draw. It comes out ace jack 9. Bill Klein puts in a c-bet of 3.5K. I call. The other 2 players fold. So we go to the turn, which is the king of diamonds. Bill checks. And I think this is an opportunity for me to put in a bet here. If Bill has the nut straight, he's going to bet because I have all my aces, flush draws, 2-pair combos, and straight combos that are going to call him. If he has ace-king, the same thing. He's going to bet for value. So at this point, the best hand that I think he could have here is like ace-queen or ace-10. So I think I missed an opportunity here. I ended up checking back to realize my flush equity, but I think I probably should have bet here. The river is now a 5 of clubs, which is pretty much an irrelevant card on this board, and Bill basically pots it 15.5K. It's a big bet. I did not fold right away. I thought about this for a minute. I gave him a couple of looks because of what I basically just explained on the turn. In order to bluff, I would have had to bluff my entire stack, and I'm not sure if that would get ace-queen to fold. Plus, I liked my table draw. There's definitely equity when you're sitting at a favorable table draw, and I didn't want to bust on this table, so I just decided it wasn't worth it, and I folded. And yeah, he shows me the 3-high bluff. Alright guys, I got an update. I just got bluffed by Bill Klein with 3-high. 3-high. Nice hand, nice hand. All right, we're on the second break. Registration just closed. I've got about 68 big blinds and got a good table draw, so it's a good opportunity here. We're still on bullet number one. That's the plan, to stay on bullet number one. All right, it's time to get some redemption now against Bill Klein. Here we are again. He's under the gun this time and opens to 3.5k at 1600 big blind. I make the call from the hijack with ace 10 suited of clubs. I have about 65k in this pot, which is the effective stack. And the flop comes Jack 9-7. Not a bad flop for me. I have a backdoor nut flush draw. I also have a gutter. I also have an overcard. Bill bets 3k, which is a smaller sizing. I put in the call, and we're going to go to a turn, and this is where it gets kind of interesting again. It's the ace of diamonds. Again, we both check this turn. Now, unlike the last hand where I had 7 high and probably should have taken a stab at it, this time I have top pair with a decent kicker and equity to a straight draw. I definitely don't want to get check raised here off my draw, so I check back, and we get to a 6 of spade river. Bill puts in another big bet of 11.5k into 17k. I call off, and he has ace king spades. And just like that, it's 2-0 Bill. Notice how he played those two hands very similarly. That's called balance. What the hell? A few hands later, I wake up with pocket aces, but the other guy also has pocket aces, so we end up chopping it. And as we get later into the day, I jam my 10 big blinds with ace 5 into pocket sixes and spike the ace. 10 or ace, yes. All right, there are 50 players left, and top 25 are gonna bag tonight. And I have about 22 or 23 big blinds. It's getting really grindy. This might be the last break of the night, but probably not. There'll probably be one more break, but just, yeah, time to spin this up.
Please, quit recording! Son of a mother!
Here the cutoff opens. I go all in from the button with pocket eights. He calls with ace 3, and I get the hold. Max pain. I just ran my ace king into pocket kings, 5 away from the bubble, and played for 11 hours, and we'll have to come back tomorrow to try again. All right, I am back here at the Commerce. It is the last day to bag up a stack for day 2 tomorrow. After last night, I was feeling pretty unmotivated when I got out of bed this morning, but I got a text from my wife. She said, good luck. Today could still be your best day. And you know what they say? They say you should always listen to your wife because she's always right. So we're about to put that to the test right now. All right, guys, we are at the close of registration right now. I have about 80K. I peaked at 100K, or a little bit over 100K, but currently at 80K. There's this crazy guy that's playing. He's already busted like 5 or 6 bullets, all within an hour. And we were fortunate enough to have him sit at our table twice, and he busted twice. Of course, I'm the only person, though, probably in the entire tournament field that has a net loss in chips to him because I doubled him up twice. But I actually busted him too, but he was short by then. So sitting at 80K.
3.
Let's skip ahead today. I've been able to build up a stack, and here I am with pocket queens at 2500 big blind with a 150k stack in the cutoff. Everyone's going to fold to me, and I'm going to pop it up to 5.5k. The big blind is going to 3-bet me to 17.5k, and I elect to just call. I could have also 4-bet here, but I decided not to because this guy had me covered. I haven't seen him play a whole lot of hands yet today, and I already get to play from position, so I decided to just evaluate on the flop. He chooses a 25% bet sizing to continue with on this flop, and I probably should have just flatted here and evaluated the turn and potentially put in a big raise on the turn. But my initial impression of this player was that he is a little bit more on the conservative side, and I didn't think he was going to put any more chips with ace-king into this pot unless he spikes an ace or a king. So I want to protect against the ace-king. I can still get value from jacks, 10s, and 9s, and 8s. And I just felt like it was a better time to raise the pot now. He ends up folding, and I take down a pretty nice pot. And now for the most interesting hand of the tournament. Ooh. For real, this one's an interesting one. The big blind is 3K, under the gun +1, opens to 7K. I put in a 3-bet to 20K, and +1 is going to call. So we're going to see a flop, heads up. We have about even stacks. It's getting late in the night, and here's what happens. We get a rainbow flop, jack high. He's going to check to me. I'm going to put in a continuation bet of 16,000 into 47.5K. It's about 1/3 size pot. He calls. And here's what happens on the turn.
All in.
He just open rips it on the turn, and I end up making the call.
Aces are good.
And if aces are good, so are kings, unless he has the same hand as me, so I happily turn my hand over.
Kings are good too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my God,
I didn't mean to
he's-
slow roll you.
Oh, man.
I didn't mean to slow roll you.
Wow. What the hell just happened? So he says he didn't mean to slow roll me. So I asked him, I said, "Did you realize you had an 8?" And his response was, I wasn't sure if it was an 8 or a 9. Huh? I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what just happened, but I think you guys heard him on the video. He says aces are good, which means kings are good too, unless he has kings also. And he flopped top 2 on the flop. And I asked him if he knew he had an 8, and he said he thought it was either an 8 or a 9. I don't know what just happened.
So let's go back to the hand and take a closer look. Because the guy seemed like a nice guy. We had a conversation earlier. He seemed cool. Was this a slow roll, or did he actually misread his hand? If he has top 2 pair, does it make sense for him to open jam on this turn card? And I don't think it does, because he'd be forcing me to fold all of my overs. He denies me to continue bluffing, and it's better to just check jam instead. Now, I do think that his play makes sense if he has a hand like Jack 9 or even Jack 10, because you have top pair, you also have a straight draw to go with it. You want to deny equity to all of my over cards like Ace King, Ace Queen type hands that I'll probably be checking back on this turn. So yeah, it does make sense. So in the end, it appears like I lost to a guy that just didn't know what his 2 cards were. That makes me feel so much better. It doesn't. What's up, guys? I hope you guys are enjoying my YouTube channel, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and I'll continue to put out new content for you guys as I continue to play poker tournaments across the country. Thanks. Take care.